Greetings everyone, Tikash here. Welcome back to my channel where it's all horror all the time with the Sinking City. Now, could very well be that construction noises are going to be firing up in the background sometime soon, at which point I'm going to have to pull the plug on this thing, but that's not a definite. Still figured I'd try and squeeze some progress in this morning. So, yesterday I played so much of this that, like, names and characters and locations just started blurring, really. So hopefully there'll be a bit less of that going on. Although I do have to, one thing that I did notice, like, I'm so far into the game by this point that they're, like, kind of recycling interior layouts and textures and what have you. So some locations are really starting to look a bit same-ish, but still, I think I can do better. Yeah, so before we do the whole cemetery thing, which just reeks of a big boss battle coming up, I want to see if I can get some more side quests done, maybe. And stick with one at a time for a change. Right, so that was the monster hunting side mission. I'm thinking maybe wrap up the incensory, smelly candles business. Okay, so top floor of the house located in southern Coverside, Lincoln Street, between Derry and Landing. Southern Coverside, Lincoln, Landing, Derry. Wait, that does not make sense. Lincoln Street between Derry and Landing. Ah. Well, that wasn't too far off, I suppose. Phone booth should be somewhere down here. And also, let's hope my navigational skills have improved a bit since yesterday. Oof. That is rough. I completely forgot we were doing that badly in the ammunition department. But hey, you know what? We still got traps and throwables. Worked out pretty well last time. Let me just go ahead and pull up the correct evidence note real quick. Okay, should be getting warm by now. Nah, something tells me I'm heading the wrong way. Could this be it, maybe? Okay, so... shotgun first. To take care of the, smaller enemies. And then I guess I could always switch to the battle rifle. Once the real big bad nasties show up. Like so. Right, so the annoying thing is that sometimes with all the noises going on, it's a bit hard to make out if that's, like, already defeated enemies liquefying and melting into the floor, like that. Or if there's actually other enemies still skulking about. All evidence collected. Well, that was quick. I genuinely cannot imagine that that's all there is to this place. Still stuff creeping around, definitely. Yeah, let's not, take any unnecessary risks. I mean, we got what we came for. So that leaves us with just one more address. Western Shells, Hawking Lane between Inner Shine and Warren. Western Shells. Did I not visit this before? Is this the same place? Nah. Hawking Lane. Between Inner Shine and Warren. Alright, so that's a new location entirely, after all. Gotta say, that address is suspiciously close to not one, but two combat zones even. Let's see if we can get there while circumventing those. Well, there's a barricade up ahead already. Looks like I'm just gonna have to try and make a run for it. Whoa. Think they'll leave me alone once I, run into the house? Probably not. Uh-oh. Okay, so not only is it, in fact, in the middle of a combat zone, but that was also a pretty damn poor haul, loot-wise. Right, so now am I supposed to tackle that? Well, there is a student's house nearby, which should be related to another side mission. Apparently I've visited that place before, just hadn't really bothered to check out the evidence all that well. Let's go ahead and see if there's maybe some supplies there. I'm wondering if I'm the only one having problems with ammo scarcity to this extent. Okay, I'm not even sure what we're looking for here, case-wise. But, guess we'll find out if and when I collect all the evidence.
What are you staring at? Get lost!
Hi there. We're just students. What do you want from us?
Basically, I just really want your stuff. Big move, I know, but I'm afraid there's bigger things at stake here than your upcoming exams. Just some pistol rounds so far. Now, hopefully that just means they're not going to be throwing anything too wild at us. But, yeah, the game has been somewhat less than considerate on that front before. So let's maybe not assume too much. Whoa. Massive sanity hit there. Ah, damn it, I selected the wrong item. That can't be all. Guy, put the gun down. You're making me nervous. Right, so what I was really trying to do is take a hit of antipsychotics. But no matter. Robin, hey man, good to have you. Not really want to talk though, are you?
Fractures. Not a good way to die.
It's being worked on. You know this.
The wounds are still bleeding.
That is gnarly.
The blood dried not too long ago.
Wait, before I want to go ahead and head in there. Let's make sure I'm not missing out on anything. Student's diary. Finally, Aster has found the book we were looking for. If it's true, then we'll be able to attend all our boring lectures without actually going. The illusions will take our place. It's incredible. I wonder why no one else has done it. So that wasn't a math test that we're studying for. There's some serious occult fuckery going on here. And then if I remember correctly, there was a basement to this place as well. Okay, so
What? No! Stop!
Clean this up. No one must know we took their place.
oh wow, they actually succeeded in summoning these
They
things.
really do look like us. No need to attend those boring lectures now. The illusions can do that for us.
Time to figure this out.
They really do look like us. No need to attend those boring lectures.
What? No! Stop!
Clean this up. No one must know we took their place.
Students made copies of themselves. There was a massacre and the illusion replaced the originals. The book was taken by one of the copies.
Wait, hang on. That's them now, isn't it? The second eyelid, by your humble servant, my faithful reader. There are things in this world that defy logic or reason. Lesser minds will insist on their falsity, but truth is in the eye of the beholder. Be brave, ignore the ignorant, and close your second eyelid. I shall teach you how to cut a slice from another dimension and manifest these dark materials before the eyes of thousands. These illusions will seem all real, but note well, you must never bring across living creatures. They are not of this world. It's pretty basic instructions right there, kids. And I guess this is where they turn hostile. Yup. Why don't I go and shoot the unarmed one? Okay, so first aid kit. Nothing more to be learned from them, I guess. Hang on. Which case was that again? Damn. No, that ain't it. I'm just gonna have to check them one by one, it seems. Right, this is the one. What triggered this side case anyway? Oh yeah, that's the university guy we have to hunt down these books for. Looks like we just cleared only one address out of 3. So what's this new clue all about then? That was just an excerpt from the second eyelid. Okay, so what else is there? The single detached manor on Baker Street in Reed Heights South between Hurricane and Ambrose. So that's Reed Heights South, Baker Street. Hurricane and Baker. Okay, so running ridiculously low on ammo now, actually. Why don't I take a little boat trip to this combat zone? See what I can get from these containers. I know I did just clear them out, but items have a habit of respawning, I've noticed. And they didn't in this case. That is just bad luck on my part. Right on. Oh, I was gonna say phone booth up ahead, but looks like we're already pretty damn close. So, Baker Street between Hurricane and Ambrose. Where's Ambrose, though? Ah, so this should be the place. Single detached manor, there we are. Problem is, the bigger the house, the bigger the room for bigger baddies. So I'm not feeling all that confident about this one.
Budge.
Oh man, am I in trouble now? Let's see if we can open the front door from the inside. Make sure we've got a means of escape.
Budge.
Do we really want to be spending a bullet on that? Not just yet, I don't think. Oh yeah, something's gonna spawn right here. I can feel it. Okay, maybe let's check the upstairs before we go even further down. Thought it was a blood trail I spotted from the corner of my eye. Turns out it's just a carpet of dubious taste. A scrap of paper. Someone please help me. I don't want to write anymore. Written words can change the world. I want to sleep. I'm hungry. I can't feel my fingers. Make the book stop, please. Written words can change the world. Make the book stop. I don't know, maybe just put it down and not read it?
The door won't budge.
Better be something good in here. Plenty of shell casings, but only one more sample, I guess you would call it, of cordite left. So now I'm actually going to have to employ shotgun ammo just for these locks. Not too happy about that.
Go away. I mustn't stop writing. So many words.
Mastery of words by your humble servant. The sounds born on our tongues can be more powerful than you can imagine, my faithful reader. And the written words can change the world. I shall teach you how to use these words to control weak minds. Should you kneel before this tome and absorb its teachings, so too shall others kneel before you. But such power is only for the worthy, and will destroy those unfit to wield it. Blessed reader, you must transcribe these words in your own hand. Only deserving minds will be able to seize. Will you take the risk? Yeah, I was afraid that might happen. And I guess this is where things get truly ugly. Hang on, what have we picked up from this place so far? Oh yeah, that was the actual book fragment. Key evidence collected. Ah, no, you're not getting away this time. I want my evidence. Unsent letter, dear Mr. Samuel Hopes. I am pleased to report that I've successfully restored the tome you sent me. But before we conclude our business together, I wonder if perhaps you might appreciate having some copies of the book. I would be honored to duplicate the work, and would do so without charge. I am confident you will accept my proposal, and have in fact already finished copying the first chapter. A tome of such power deserves to be read by many, should it not? And that's all evidence collected. So let's hope the search for the third book goes as smoothly as this one. Central Advent, Carpenter Street, between Benevolent and Hawthorne. Central Advent, Carpenter Street. There's Benevolent. Hang on, am I reading this correctly? Not really. Still. Kind of curious. Oh, wait, hang on, that's a cemetery. That's the last place I want to be right now. So the phone booth should be somewhere around here. So, Carpenter, between Benevolent and Hawthorne. Ah. Note on the door, we're upstairs waiting for you. As always, the key is under the illusion. If we succeed before you return, don't panic. We'll leave the book here. You'll be able to portal and follow us. Oh man. You guys all saw that was self-defense, right? Bingo. Angles of the mind by your humble servant. All known forms and shapes are more complex than you dare think, my humble student. Have you ever tried to look inside a straight line, or find the end of a circle? The angles hide entire realms of existence, dimensions of utter incongruity, where size is backwards and time is optional. And with my help, you can open a passage to these places, using only the lines and angles of your mind. Right, so that's all 3 books taken care of. Better go turn them in, I suppose. Open University Square. Yep, looks like that really is all there is to this case. Now, there'd better be a decent reward in it for me. So that's a left and then another left. To the phone booth. Gotta say, this is a pretty damn intense book club, though. This is pretty far from your regular, nerdy, extracurricular activities. So where's our guy, Samuel? Was he the one standing by the door? Pretty sure that's our man.
Something I can help you with, sir?
Except maybe not. Yeah, maybe ask him a bit further about this book club before
Tell me more.
turning them in.
We think that knowledge should be available to everyone who seeks it, unlike those snobs in the university library. So we have assembled our own collection. Every club member can borrow any book they want.
That's interesting.
For what it's worth, club meetings are every Thursday in the hall of the Devil's Reef Hotel. Come along.
I'll think about it. I believe these are the books you were after. Safe and sound. Unlike the people who read them. Maybe you should reconsider how widely you share this knowledge.
You're starting to sound like the snobs from the university. Close-minded and arrogant. Nevertheless, you have my gratitude. Our unique collection is once again complete. I trust this will be enough compensation for your trouble.
Bye.
So that's a knowledge point. And revolver rounds. Yeah, guy, you do really want to be reconsidering that policy. But hey, guess it's out of my hands now. So, knowledge point. Reload your revolver faster. That's actually starting to sound like a pretty sweet deal. By now. Okay, so we're gonna need a lot more ammunition to continue the field research mission. Let's try and tackle the third incensory place now, though. No, wait, hang on. That's in the middle of a combat zone. I'll need a bit more preparation for that as well. So, what's going on with the extra hours? Let's go over that again, shall we? One of the victims, R. Becker, lived in a manor in southern Old Grove. I seem to remember visiting that place before. J.R. Nelson. Looks like these are all cleared out, though. I met a policeman, Officer Sam Shaw, at the Seven Oaks bar. He's trying to catch a killer and needs my help. I agreed to assist for a reward. Sam needs photos of victims at several crime scenes. He gave me their names and addresses. He'll wait for me to bring all 3 photos to the private room on the 2nd floor of the bar. I found out that Officer Shaw knew Mr. Becker. Seems like they were more than just friends. Perhaps I should ask him about that. So we've got the R. Becker crime scene photo, as well as the J.R. Nelson one. A photo of E. Bryan's body. The man was stabbed by a knife in his penthouse. Member of the Oakmont Photo Club. Huh. So it looks a lot like I already gathered all these 3 crime scene photos like a month or so ago. So with a bit of luck, all that remains is a bit of dialogue at the Seven Oaks bar.
All on sale, today only.
second floor, I believe it said.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer, and keep your hands where I can see them.
Alright, guy. No need for the attitude.
I know why you wanted this case cracked. Found some clues in Becker's house. And you were close, weren't you?
How dare you? He was special. A man you meet only once in life. He understood me. I won't stop until I find those who did it.
I'm sorry for your loss, Sam. And don't worry, I'm a private eye. Emphasis on the private.
Thank you, Charles. I appreciate it.
I got those photos you wanted. You got my compensation?
Terrific, thank you. Here, take this.
Some of these were pretty horrible. I hope you find the killer.
Me too, Reed. Me too.
Take care.
So, what do we get for our troubles? More revolver cartridges, shotgun shells. Couldn't even count all of that. Huh. You know what? I'm actually feeling a whole lot more confident about those more combat-oriented side missions now. Let's give those a shot. You know what? Let's get the big bad out of the way first. Dr. Grant asked me to check the shop on Ward Street. A looter tried to shoplift there and was attacked by a huge wild beast. I have to find out how it could have appeared in a locked building. Right, so we've got quite a few Molotov cocktails and hand grenades on hand, as well as the ammunition we just gathered. So, let's do this. Ward Street in Western Reed Heights between Bourbon and Sam. So that's Ward Street in Western Reed Heights. Ward, Bourbon. What was that third one? Sam Reed. Booyah. Hang on, let me check if we got another knowledge point from that just now. Nah, too bad. Hey Emma, good morning to you too. Good to have you. I was gonna ask if it's not a bit early in your parts, but I guess I'm underestimating how long I've been at this morning already. Okay, so just on the off chance it's not the... just one single big monster. Let's pull up the revolver first. Awake since 12 p.m. Damn, that's rough. Man, this is, there we are. That's it? Already? I mean, 3 hand grenades are 3 hand grenades, but I was expecting a lot more out of that thing. But hey. Don't want to complain when things are starting to go my way for a change. Cultist letter, Neophyte. The Fecund Mother blesses you. Your servitude has been noticed. You will have the chance to join the inner circle and see our mother with thine own eyes. Our brothers carry the bodies of her abandoned children. To prove yourself worthy, prepare a place where they can be hidden and forgotten forever. In return, the Fecund Mother will embrace you and grant you her generous gifts. That does not sound appealing at all.
Those bags stink worse than a barrel of rotten fish. Or Fisk, whatever.
Yeah, so a thing like that is hardly gonna climb in through the window. I'm thinking an underground passage of some kind, maybe. Sewers, probably. Let's try and clear this place out before we head down there.
This putrid slime is everywhere. I'll take a sample for Dr. Grant to examine.
Yeah, I hope he's gonna provide us with some gloves for the last remaining mission. Okay, first time a book startled me somewhat. The Fecund Mother devours the weak flesh. The Fecund Mother gives new life to those consumed, a new birth in many forms. The Fecund Mother has many children and her family grows. The Fecund Mother is kind, for anyone may be her child, but bad children are purged and left outside in the cold light. Keep the secrets of your mother, and she will grant you eternity. Like, who would buy into that, really? Who reads stuff like this and thinks to themselves, yeah, you know, that's actually a pretty sweet deal. I'm gonna go right along with this. It's going to be kind of a chicken or the egg thing. Like, were people this messed up before the flood, or...
Quick, bring them in before the neighbors see us. Are those the last ones?
Mm-hmm.
I did everything you asked, yeah? So when will my initiation begin?
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Damn. Starts to look a lot like that creature was actually like an amalgam of dead bodies. Which is just gnarly.
Quick, bring them in before the neighbors see us. Are those the last ones? I did everything you asked, yeah? So when will my initiation begin?
Well, that's your initiation, buddy. That's what you get for running your little clandestine body disposal service.
Members of a cult were disposing of bodies in the basement of the shop. The corpses merged together to form a huge monstrosity.
Alright, so that's the restaurant. That's the last remaining location. Took a sample of the ooze. And this is pretty much what we just found out, worded a bit differently. You know what? Before we head back to Dr. Grant, might as well try and tackle that last location. An ill-famed restaurant located in Eastern Reed Heights on Willow Lane between Harold and Bullock. Eastern Reed Heights. There's Bullock, Willow. Okay, so on Willow Lane between Harold and Bullock. Wait, there's Harold. Wait, what? Willow Lane between Harold and Bullock. Ah, right. There we are. So yeah, if I remember the doctor's description correctly, we're looking at the most spectacular case of food poisoning in the history of history. So let's go ahead and pin the appropriate note as a reminder. Alright, health and safety inspection, open up. I wonder if that's all of them. Ooh. Nice haul there. Now, if I can only keep finding stuff at this rate, the Tommy gun might actually become useful again. Staff needed. The Count Ugolino, I guess, restaurant is prepared to reopen. Kitchen hands, dishwashers, waiters and waitresses needed. All interested parties should come to Count Ugolino for an interview with Chef Armin Myers. You see, Robin, this is what happens when you go actively looking for a job. Formal invitation letter. Dear Mr. Throckmorton, it is my pleasure to invite you to a tasting of exclusive and exquisite dishes which will be taking place at the Count Ugolino restaurant in 2 weeks' time. This is a closed event and only the most honorable guests will be in attendance. I hope you will join us. Sincerely yours, A. Myers, Chef. That's hardly your regular chef's tool. Pretty sure a neat meat tenderizer is
The door won't budge.
not supposed to look like that. Mysterious disappearance. Police have started to look into the disappearance of several young women in Advent. Witnesses say they saw the missing victims visit the Count Ugolino restaurant, but the police investigation found nothing illegal. Chef Armin Myers rejects all accusations of impropriety. Right, so what can we craft out of all that? It's always gunpowder that I'm short on, isn't it? Right, shotgun at the ready. Because this might get ugly still.
These aren't your typical kitchen utensils.
Right? That's what I was saying. Not liking the sound of that. Oi. Ah, you dildo. Yeah, he totally drew first. Anthropophagia. I was always sure my dishes could not be matched. Those who taste human flesh always crave for more. It is difficult to find enough meat for my patrons. They spend all their time hiding in the basement, pleading to be fed again. Today I went downstairs and saw how the patrons had changed. They love my cooking so much that their bodies have adapted to consume more. I cannot let them down. I must post new ads in the Oakman Chronicle. My funds are running low. Guess I'll have to find a new, prosperous patron to support my business. Huh. That's... as messed up as that is, that's actually strangely mundane in the grander scheme of things. As in, not paranormal or supernatural or what have you. Recipe for human meat. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Cut the flesh from the young woman's hip into 4-ounce pieces and pound each one to a thickness of 1/3 inch. Season with black pepper. On each steak, lay 1 slice of cheese, a few leaves of sage, and 2 slices of prosciutto. Roll into pinwheels. Heat the oil in a large skillet over medium-high heat. Quickly brown the pinwheels on the outside. I hope my new patrons enjoy the dish. So one of the developers actually took the time to write that out. I wonder if some sick bastard volunteered for that. Or, they had to draw straws.
My esteemed patrons, presenting my latest delicacy. Don't be greedy. Don't hurry to eat, please. You'll always be my most well-regarded clients.
don't think the health inspector will be pleased.
Starting to kind of scare me just how much of the same mind this guy and I are. Okay, starting to get a little bit tedious now. Like, what else is there to it, really? Maybe there is some sort of occult angle to it, after all, that I just haven't uncovered yet. Key to the cannibal restaurant basement. Cannibal cook fed wild beasts on human flesh. For some reason he referred to them as his patrons. Aren't we supposed to take like a sample for the doctor to inspect? Maybe. I'm not seeing any of that weird green goop, though.
These aren't your typical kitchen utensils. Well, I don't think the health inspector will be pleased.
Right, so I shuttled the creatures that were upstairs. Let's see if they left anything behind to take a sample from. Right, this is just starting to tick me off right now. Emma, if you're still watching, do chime in by all means if you have any thoughts. Because this is just getting tedious now. Huh. You know what? I'm thinking it's walkthrough time. Because I would hate to bring that earlier sample to the doctor and then find out we actually have to provide him with something physical from this place. Field research. Found it. Just give me a minute here. Huh. That is weird. Because as far as I can tell, I already inspected everything there is in this place. Okay, so back to the hospital we go. So if I'm reading this correctly, we can actually turn in both parts of this particular side case in one go.
Find something you...
I paid a visit to that awful restaurant. I'd call it a den of evil, but that would be an understatement.
Good grief. What happened?
The cook was mad, a cannibal, and fed those jumping monstrosities on human flesh. He called them patrons.
That restaurant was a destination for Oakmont's elite, many of whom disappeared shortly after the flood. I think we now know why.
Are you suggesting that it was cannibalism that caused such a horrific transformation?
These days, alas, cannibalism is not so rare. Could it be that all the Cositians, as Westerbrook calls them, were once men?
I visited that old shop you mentioned and found a few things you may be interested in. Even took a sample for studying.
What did you discover? I was sure a huge creature could not have wandered inside unnoticed.
The cult of the Fecund Mother was dumping corpses of their victims in the shop's basement.
Professor Westerbrook's research does suggest the Acheronians are attracted to dead bodies.
No, this one formed from the corpses themselves. There was a putrid slime on everything. Maybe that's the cause of this unnatural rebirth.
You said you took a sample of it. Well, I can conduct some experiments on rats. If your theory holds true, what a marvelous discovery.
We've discovered a lot of disturbing information about the wild beasts. What are you gonna do with it?
Well, I've already contacted the university. We'll cooperate to further study these phenomena.
The public deserve to know. It would help them to protect themselves and others.
It would cause mass hysteria. Doesn't the city have enough problems already? I must insist you keep all this confidential.
I thought you wanted help.
And I will, but we must prepare our advice carefully, with scientific rigor. We cannot rush this, my friend.
Bye.
So what about our rewards then? There's some shotgun shells. Quite a few shotgun shells, actually. And a knowledge point. Improved coordination, gaining a chance to deal double damage with the revolver. Chance 10%. I think I'll go ahead and take that. So, casebook. That's that third place that we still need to plant the incense. Western Shells, Hawking Lane. Should already be on the map by now. Except not really. So between Inner Shine and Warren. Alright, that's close enough. Okay. Genuinely don't think there's any way to get there without traversing the combat area. So that's a left and then a right. Could really do with some more cordite, but okay, so if there's both an antipsychotics kit and a first aid kit ready to be picked up, I think it's safe to say that's a solid clue that things are about to get pretty intense. Like so. Ah, goddammit, I just cornered myself, didn't I? Wait. Is it actually dead, though? Why am I not getting experience points for that? thought you had me fooled there, didn't you, you bastard? There we go. Oop, there's the accidental shovel again. Can't carry any more? What are you talking about? Ah, I got my kits mixed up, is all. So eventually we want to get to the top floor. Nothing to do in the basement. Yeah, environments are starting to really look a lot alike now. Don't tell the police your husband crossed paths with a powerful man and has been taught a lesson. If you want to see him again, bring all the bullets he stashed away. Don't try to fool us. He already told how much he's hiding. And for his and your own safety, don't even think about going to the police. Right, so there's our incense thingy. I'm guessing as soon as we make use of that, something else is gonna spawn. Huh. Go figure. Okay, so there's our photographic evidence. Don't look. Run away from this place and don't look back. No matter what, do not gaze your eyes upon that awful man in the painting. A few months ago, I was visiting a lady friend for a cup of tea and free lodgings if my charm served me well. I saw him for the first time then, hanging on the bedroom wall, staring. He has been following me since, and now he's made his way here, to my own room. Heed my warning and leave. Leave before your eyes meet his. Well, that's all very convenient. Having looked at the damn thing already. Okay then. Nothing more to see here. A collection of photos for Walter, the Innsmouther who hired me at the fish market. He won't believe I kept my word and placed the incense stories without them. Yeah, do I really want to risk running across that combat zone again? I think I want to make a beeline for the boat instead. Just couldn't help myself. damn it. Oof. Right, so do I wanna... Yeah, I'm just gonna make a right here. Get to that phone booth. Right, so where's this Walter guy again? Did I not talk to someone in a basement at some point? He looks suitably Innsmouthy, though.
This used to be an okay place to live.
I did what you asked. Not sure what difference it will make, given the state of your houses.
Hush! My properties suit a discerning and budget-conscious clientele. They are of the finest quality.
Seems you and I have different standards of quality, Walter.
You don't know this Borg like I do, newcomer. I'll beat old Victor at his own game. Here, take your reward. And don't forget to recommend my lodgings to your friends.
I hope they are never in such dire need of shelter.
You know, I'm actually making a lot more progress with these side cases than I thought I would be. Silence is golden. Looks like this is the only one that I've at least partially touched upon. At some point, something horrible has happened. I must speak with you. Meet me at the Oakland Library. Please hurry. I need your help desperately. Joy. A key to Joy's flat. Miss Hayden told me there's been an accident at her apartment. She's now afraid to go home. Joy lives in a house just east from the corner of Stuff and Things. A message written in blood. Oakland keeps its mouth shut, little girl. This is my second visit and the final warning. If you can be silent even when your mouth is soon shut, I'll make a pair of shoes from your skin like I made a toy from your doggy. Stop talking so much. Silence is golden. A trespasser killed Joy's dog and made a toy animal from its skin as a warning. The neighbor witnessed it all. A small but heavy key with the number 2. A tattered diary. I can scarcely believe I live right next door to Joy Hayden herself. You know how much I do love her songs, Kay. Just this morning I saw her, and it's true. Her mouth really is soon shut. The rumors about the end of her career were not just rumors. Granny Weaver truly silenced her. At last, I have a chance to see Granny Weaver with my own eyes, or maybe even take a photo. If she doesn't appear to check up on Joy, I'll follow another clue and find where the witch lives. My hunch is that Arthur Cox discovered the whereabouts of Granny Weaver's lair in his inquiries into Oakman's peculiar history. He must have written about it somewhere. Right. I'm thinking newspaper archives then. Not sure who this Arthur Cox fellow is anymore. But inquiries into Oakman's history, this Granny Weaver apparently being a bit of a celebrity. I want to say that's our best bet for now.
Extra, extra. All the news looks fit for print. Buy a paper, mister?
Stay safe.
Okay, so celebrities, articles and interviews maybe? Oh, let's pull up the correct evidence. Gotta be it, right? So maybe focus on the author instead. Whereabouts unknown, so we can forget about the district. What if she became famous before the flood, though? Damn. Must have written about it somewhere. What were the other archives again? There's the police station, which doesn't seem very relevant. Hospital of St. Mary. City Hall, maybe. I mean, it is someone's address that we're looking for, after all. Unless... Yeah, let's try and stop by the university library first. Given that that's where Joy works. Silentum est aureum. Going to be a recurring theme here. Okay, well that's as talkative as Joy's gonna get. Can't say I really blame her given her condition. So... You know what? I'm starting to think I'm going about this the wrong way. What about Joy's apartment? All evidence collected. Huh. So does that refer to just her apartment or apartment number 2 as well? Yeah, you know what? At the risk of making things more complex than they truly need to be, I'm gonna head back there and rule that out. See if maybe anything else jogs my memory.
Someone has real issues. Christ almighty. Dog skin?
Excuse me?
Wet. Pretty sure that's not a good sign. Ugh, someone's a real pro with a needle. Cancelled. But she was good enough to put on a show. Guess life took a real turn for you, huh, Joy? Huh. Joy won this in a singing contest? A cozy place for a favorite pet, huh?
Yeah, that's probably not the best advice right there, Robin, but thanks for chiming in, I guess.
Damn it. This thing is melted. There's no way we'll get any pictures out of this.
I mean, you smoke, you know how it goes. Easier said than done, right?
Someone's a big fan of fairy tales. The kind without a happily ever after. No sign of any wounds, but he looks like he's seen the devil himself.
So that's all we're going to get out of apartment number 2.
Someone's a big fan of fairy tales. The kind without a happily ever after.
Why do I get the sensation that it's staring right at me? I'm probably gonna slap myself in the face if and when I do figure this out. If she doesn't appear to check up on Joy, I'll find another clue and find where the witch lives. My hunch is that Arthur Cox discovered the whereabouts of Granny Weaver's lair. Yeah, so it's gotta be City Hall, after all then, right?
Stop bothering me, newcomer.
So, the legend of Granny Weaver. So was she like an actress or a singer or what have you? Right, so we know where Joy's apartment is, but that doesn't really tell us anything. Man. Disappointing. You know what? I'm gonna try the newspaper place one more time. And if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna have to take a break, which I probably should be doing anyway. Oop, wait, wrong phone booth. Okay, so celebrities. What if, disregarding her celebrity status, what if she's like an actual witch in a literal sense? Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna distance myself from this whole affair for a bit. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope to catch you all next time. I should be streaming again at some point later on today. So take care, and hope I'll see you then. Bye for now.